You know when it's 3 a.m. and you're sobbing into your pillow and just saying 5 more minutes or one more chapter? Yeah, that feeling. These books got me feeling exactly that way. Hi, welcome back to my channel Cliffhanger Chronicles. I'm Sneha and I talk about all things bookish. I'm here to give you book recommendations, talk about theories, and also just went out about a lot of fictional characters and geek out about books which I just wish would last so much longer. Today, we're diving into emotional chaos, also known as books which made me stay up the entire night so that I could finish them. These books either ruined my sleep schedule or made me cry a lot, sometimes, maybe even both. Pure emotional wreckage. So, let's get into it. First up, Rewinded by Liz Tomford. Let's start with the pain. Rio never stood a chance, even after years and years where he was just looking for someone who would remind him of what it felt like to be loved. He could not find that. Every person that he went out with, he just couldn't feel that connection. And as for Hallie, she is already a wounded bird. She's just trying to, make it. She's hanging on by a thread, managing two jobs, trying to make ends meet, all while being emotionally wrecked. So, what happens when she ends up being next door neighbor with the person who was her first love? This book literally made me stay up the entire night, and I remember just telling myself that one more chapter and I'll sleep, one more chapter and I'll sleep. And somehow it was 6 a.m. and I hadn't slept the entire night, and I was done reading the book. This book did pure justice towards Second Chance at First Love. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. What happens when you mix historical fiction, wartime, sisters, grief, and tears all in one combo? That equals I stay up the entire night and finish a book. I usually don't cry when it comes to historical fiction, but this one just wrecked me. A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. First love, final goodbye, and a lot of emotions wrapped into one place. Extremely emotional and almost unbearably tender. Next up, Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Again, we've got childhood love, kids who were neighbors or maybe spending their summer together, and all about exploring love for the first time. There's nostalgia, there's silence between them. We go back and forth between the past and the present, trying to understand what happened. First love and the first heartbreak kind of combo just made it so perfect in this book. This is a book that you definitely should not skip. They both die at the end by Adam Silvera. The title already warns you. And you definitely know that you still aren't ready. I remember finishing this book, setting it down, and then just sitting and staring at the wall for a good 30 minutes. It ends with Us by Colleen Hoover. Now, I know this book has a lot of things going on around it and a lot of gossip and a lot of chaos, but let's be honest. The book was good. I enjoyed it. I remember reading it. I remember crying over it. I remember thinking, oh, I remember when I used to write in my journal. I remember for some reason after reading this book, I even got back into journaling daily. This book has some serious topics included into it. So, like I've said in my older videos, I don't judge authors by what's happening in their life or what they're doing. I'm simply here for what they have written. And this book was one that I genuinely enjoyed, and I remember actually crying when I finished reading it. These books weren't just emotional, but they also stayed with me. Let me know in the comments below which books you loved so much that you could not put them down for the night and you just stayed up the entire night reading them, or which were the books that just made you bawl like a baby in the best and worst way possible. Go ahead and recommend me a book that you read that you know will destroy a little part of my heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more bookish chaos on your feed. Happy reading and thank you for watching.